so today I'm about to show you my super easy honey barbecue pulled pork. It's an easy recipe, foolproof, and if you follow these steps, it's going to come out bomb like mine, okay? So my roast was about 7 pounds. I rinsed it off in some super cold water. Here it is now inside the pan. The first thing I do is I'm going to put down some Dijon mustard. I prefer Dijon. You can use yellow or brown if you want, but this is what I like. So I'm putting down I'd say about half a cup of mustard. Then I'm going to add some of my seasoning. If you don't have my seasoning, click the link in the description box below and get you some, okay? But if you don't, use some adobo. So I'm going to go ahead and slather that seasoned Dijon mustard mixture all over this pork roast. I'm slathering on the top. I'm going to flip it over and rub it in on the other side. You just want to rub it down, okay? Put a lot of love into your roast. Alright, so right here I'm slathering the Dijon mustard on the underside. Then I'm going to flip it back skin side up. You always want to cook your pork roast skin side up because that fat that renders under the skin as it cooks is just going to keep your meat nice and juicy. So now I'm going to put this in the oven, 375 uncovered for an hour. Here's how it looked after an hour. Look at that. That mustard mixture really like sticks to it. That's why I do it uncovered for the first hour. Now I'm going to cover it tightly with some tin foil. Turn the heat down in the oven to 300 degrees and then let that cook for about 4 hours. Here is how it came out after 4 hours, you guys. Slow and low is always the key with these kind of meats and roasts and stuff, because look at the juice at the bottom. Look at that. And then the meat came out so tender. Look at that. Look at that. Super tender, juicy, fall off the bone, y'all. Do y'all see that? Yes. That's what the slow and low does for you. So now we're going to let this cool down some so we can handle it. Okay, so now I let the pork roast cool down some. And I'm going to go ahead and take off that skin. Pour out half of that liquid. As you can see, now you only got a little bit of liquid left in the pan. You don't want it like super soggy. So I'm taking off that fat. And I'm just going to fish around in here and take all these bones out. For some reason, pork shoulders, they have like one big bone and then it has like a handful of smaller bones. So you really want to pick through your meat and make sure that you get all of it out. Like if you have big pieces of fat, you want to take that out. They have like a vein line, you want to take that out. Pulled pork, you're supposed to just like go at it. You're not supposed to have to like think about, you know, picking through it while you're eating it. So that means that while you're preparing it, you have to really pick through and take all those little pieces of fat, skin, bones. You just gotta really, really pick it well. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm shredding the meat as well as just picking through it, making sure I get all those pieces of bones and stuff out. See, look, I'm still finding pieces of bone and gristle in there. So you just gotta do what you gotta do, okay? So that's what I'm gonna be doing for like the next couple of minutes. Shredding meat, picking out bones, look at that, picking out gristle, picking out big pieces of fat like that right there, picking veins out. Like, you really just want meat. Look at that bone right there I found under. So, look, you just gotta do it section by section and just make sure you get everything that's not supposed to be there out. So I'm taking that skin out. I'm going to use that for something else. And now we're going to go ahead and season the meat. See, in the beginning we seasoned the outside of the meat. Now we're going to season the meat itself. Okay, look at that. I'm still finding pieces of bone and gristle. So, yeah. Once I'm satisfied that my meat is clear, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to season it with some of my seasoning. Of course, a link in the description box and bio. I'm adding some adobo. Not too much. You don't want it super salty. You just want it seasoned. I'm adding some smoked paprika because it tastes really good in there. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. Okay. Alright. What y'all think of this voiceover, y'all? I was playing music while I was cooking, so we doing the voiceover. So right there, I put in some salt-free seasoning. I put in some black pepper. You guys know I love black pepper. Putting in some garlic paste, I'd say about a tablespoon of the garlic paste. So yeah, you can use mixed garlic as well. I'm using some of this hickory flavored liquid smoke. It just adds a little something to it. The barbecue sauce I use, you see it right there in the corner. I'm using the Kraft sweet honey barbecue sauce. For some reason, the clip where I added the barbecue sauce into my meat is missing. Look at that big piece of fat I found. Throwing it out. So right there, you see in the right hand corner, I'm just using a regular 8-ounce bottle of the sweet, slow simmered Kraft honey barbecue sauce. Here's our seasoned meat right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up a red onion and add that into it. Okay, so basically, since that clip is missing, right here, I'm chopping up, slicing the red onion. I'm going to put the red onion back into the pan right there with the meat. Then I'm going to put my barbecue sauce into that as well, the whole barbecue sauce bottle. Then I put like 2 tablespoons of water in the bottle, shake it up, put that in, because you know we ain't above putting a little bit of water in the barbecue sauce bottle and getting every little drip drop of that good sauce. So I put the sauce into the meat. Then I put 2 tablespoons of honey into the meat as well. Then I take a fork and I mix it all up. So I guess right here is where my footage started to mess up. So it's like the video is frozen, I don't know, but this went back in the oven at 350 for an hour, covered with tin foil, just to like soften those onions up and you know just get those flavors melted together. So here's how it looked after an hour. So here's how mine came out, and this is just with 1 8-ounce bottle of barbecue sauce. If you like yours more saucy and more wet, you can use more barbecue sauce, but this is how I like mine. I like mine like moist, but not super drippy and super like, I don't know, I just don't like too much sauce. This right here is perfect for me. So as you can see, the meat is nice and soft and tender and shredded apart. The onions are nice and soft. It's a nice sauce level. You see there's still sauce on the side of the pan. To me, this is perfect. Okay, and it smells so good. So as you can see, I went and transferred my pulled pork to a new foil pan because the other one was beat up. I gave it a nice big stir, make sure the sauce was nice and evenly distributed. Then I just, garnished it with a little parsley, just to make it look nice and pretty. And y'all, look at that. So that was my super easy honey barbecue pulled pork recipe. To top it off, I just like to drizzle some extra honey on top. It's so good. One of my clients' favorites. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to do you, boo.
Don't slip up or get caught.
Why not, man?
I'm coming for that #1 spot.
All right.